Welcome to this explainer. Okay, so today we're diving into a massive operational update that was designed specifically for Microsoft Teams administrators and voice engineers. If you spend any of your week managing routing, auto attendants, or call queues, you are definitely going to want to pay close attention to this one. Let's start by addressing a painful reality that I know a lot of you know all too well. Just picture this. You inherit an undocumented Teams phone environment. There's absolutely no clear map of how things connect. The sheer anxiety of trying to figure out where a call actually goes when a customer dials in, yeah, it's incredibly frustrating. For years, making sense of your business hours, holidays, and call queues meant relying on one of three highly tedious manual workarounds. You either had to painfully draw out a Visio diagram from memory, run some clunky third-party PowerShell script and just cross your fingers that it didn't break, or open every single nested auto attendant one by one. Honestly, it was a massive time sink. All right, here's our game plan for today. We're going to quickly cover the call flow nightmare, meet the new visualizer tool, peek inside the interactive diagram, talk about the operational ROI, compare it to SIP call flow, and then wrap up with the rollout details. Starting with part 1, the call flow nightmare, or as I'd like to think of it, flying completely blind in Teams. We have all felt the extreme agitation of taking over a phone system and having to manually click through a dozen nested menus just to understand the most basic call flow. When you don't have a single unified view of how everything connects, troubleshooting literally feels like trying to navigate a maze in the pitch dark. It's an operational nightmare. Which brings us to part 2, meet the visualizer. This is the native solution we have quite literally been waiting for. Enter the ultimate stress reliever for voice admins, the call flow visualizer. This is a brand new built-in feature sitting right there inside the Teams Admin Center. You don't need third-party tools anymore, you don't need complex scripts, and you definitely don't need to manually draw anything. It dynamically renders your entire auto attendant and call routing setup natively right in the portal. Let's move to part 3. Inside the interactive diagram. What do you actually see when you fire this thing up? So, you head over to Voice, hit Auto Attendants, pick one, and click Call Flow Visualizer. Boom! You get this incredibly clean, tree-style diagram that consolidates everything into a single pane of glass. We are talking resource account assignments, greeting configurations, business versus after-hours routing, specific holiday branches, and even your nested auto attendants with full drill-down capabilities. The whole shebang. And here is the real kicker. This isn't some static, dead snapshot. It is a live, highly navigable map. Because it supports dynamic zoom and pan, even massive, ridiculously nested call flows remain super easy to explore. It's pulling your exact configuration in real time, completely eliminating the risk of troubleshooting off an outdated flowchart. On to part 4, why this actually matters operationally. Let's talk about the immediate return on investment for your IT team. It is all about tangible time saved. Think back to the last time a user complained that a caller somehow ended up in the wrong department. Tracking that down used to eat up hours of your day. Now, with the visualizer, you can trace their entire routing path from start to finish in under 30 seconds. Under 30 seconds! That is a total game changer for efficiency. But it's not just about lightning-fast troubleshooting. Think about the broader impact here. For compliance audits, you now have an instant visual paper trail of your call routing you can hand over in seconds. In onboarding, a new admin can instantly grasp your entire architectural layout in one look, completely skipping the agonizing process of trying to map it out themselves. Part 5, Visualizer versus SIP call flow. We need to clear up these two distinct layers of Teams voice troubleshooting. Now you might be wondering, don't we already have the SIP call flow tool? Yes, but it is critical to differentiate the two. Think of the SIP call flow tool as your magnifying glass for individual point-to-point call signaling issues. The call flow visualizer, on the other hand, is your architectural map for overall routing configuration. Rely on both together, and you have the most complete native visibility available to date. Finally, part 6, rollout and final takeaways. Let's see when you can actually get your hands on this. Okay, best news of the day. For most of you, you don't have to lift a finger to start using this today. The feature is enabled by default across eligible tenants. It hit general availability for worldwide and GCC environments back in June 2026. And if you are on GCC High or DoD, you're looking at a rollout window right between mid-August and mid-September of 2026. I absolutely love this quote from our source material because it totally hits the nail on the head. This is a quiet, non-AI release, but it closes a real operational gap that has existed since Auto Attendants launched. It is honestly so refreshing, isn't it? No flashy AI buzzwords stuffed in there, just a seriously practical, highly effective tool that genuinely makes an IT admin's daily life significantly easier. So, I want to leave you with this question to chew on. If a native tool can map out your absolute most complex call flows in under 30 seconds, why on earth are you still paying for third-party scripts or wasting hours in Visio? It's time to drop the manual habits. Go log into the Teams Admin Center right now and test out this new interactive map on your own environment. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer, and happy mapping.